These names are Al Muqaddim and Al Mu'akhir. And these names were not mentioned in the Quran as names. However, Allah was described by these in a sense of a verb. And others were described also as their actions in the Quran. And Al Muqaddim, some translate it to the one who gives precedence. And in Arabic, the one who pushes forward. So when you want something to become first, then you put it in front, Al Muqaddim. And when you want to put something at the back and delay it, then you are the one who puts it back, and it's called Al Mu'akhir. In the hadith, authentic hadith, the Prophet used to say after the salutation upon the Prophet ﷺ and before salam, and this is a time of dua, he used to say a long dua. And at the end, he would say, Anta al-Muqaddimu wa Anta al-Mu'akhiru la ilaha illa ant. So he used these two beautiful names to describe Allah Azza wa Jal. Hence, they are two of Allah's beautiful names. Now, what we need to know is that Allah Azza wa Jal puts everything in its rightful position. Unlike us, we may put things that they're not supposed to be in places that they're not supposed to be in. Sometimes we delay things when we should give priority to. And sometimes we give priority to things that should be at the bottom of the list. Allah Azza wa Jal is unlike this because He's wise, He's all knowledgeable, and He knows where to put things. So Allah Azza wa Jal does what He does with utmost wisdom and knowledge. Therefore, you can never detect an error in His choices or in His decisions or in His actions. Now, having said that, Al Muqaddim wal Mu'akhir, these are two contradicting names that each one contradicts the other. And these double names, they call them, that have opposite meanings, usually, with Allah Azza wa Jal, we don't use one alone. We use both together. Because using one alone may give a bad, inappropriate, and impolite meaning to Allah Azza wa Jal. And the perfection is by using them both at the same time. So Allah Azza wa Jal is Al-Muqaddim, but He's also Al-Mu'akhir, which means that it is not done haphazardly. Rather, it is done with knowledge and wisdom. So whomever Allah puts at the front deserves it. And whomever Allah Azza wa Jal puts at the back, it's because of His wisdom and because of His knowledge. And this is describing Allah's essence, describes that. Because these are from Allah Azza wa Jal, and not because they are related to actions, but rather because they initially are related to Allah's sovereign and to Allah's essence. And if you watch and observe, you will find that Allah Azza wa Jal does what He wills. Allah Azza wa Jal preferred humans over all other creations. Allah Azza wa Jal gave precedence to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ over all other creations and humans as well. If you look how Allah Azza wa Jal preferred Laylatul Qadr from all other nights, if you look how Allah Azza wa Jal preferred and gave priority and sacredness to Mecca and to Medina and to the masjids and to special months, special days of the week such as Friday. All of these shows you that Allah is Al-Muqaddim. When Allah gives rizq and provision to certain people, where others, it's withheld from them, you know that this is for a reason. So these two names, Al-Muqaddim, Al-Mu'akhir, they have to be used together. And this is where the perfection arises. This is where the perfection arises when we know that Allah is both Al-Muqaddim and Al-Mu'akhir. And there are many names, maybe we will talk about them in later episodes, such as, for example, the giver, Al-Mu'ti, and the withholder, Al-Mani'. Now, these are two names. If we just mention Allah Azza wa Jal as Al-Mani', the withholder, this gives a bad impression when used alone. This is why we have to use it with Al-Mu'ti, the giver and the withholder. So now we don't allow shaitan to make us think that Allah is miser.